should change this picture. I think this hero is now out of business. He's getting some roles. You guys will tell me. He's getting some roles, or no? I think I should change. Change. What I should put? By the way, tell me. Next time I will do that. Ranbir Kapoor. Yes, please. Okay, I will write it down. Maybe you can write it down. No, I am just joking. Yeah, no, but the idea is, you should not get into that Ranbir Kapoor and what is his name, Neil Nitin Mukesh, correct? Okay, you should not get into all that. But what I am trying to tell you, yeah, I will change my photo. So who suggested Ranbir Kapoor? Okay, I will do that next time. Okay. But what I am trying to tell, even though chemistry, the history of chemistry is very old, it is also very new. Because it is new, because every year so many new things are happening. And those new things you have to capture. You have to capture those new things to keep yourself interested. Okay. Somewhere last. Yes? Good. So chemistry is, even though it is a very old subject, it is also very new. And the other very important thing about chemistry is very practical. Chemistry, you will not have all these other difficulties in mind. If you are a chemist, certainly there is a job for you. There is no doubt about it. Certainly about chemistry. Okay. So I will try to tell you how old is chemistry. And how many of you are literature people here, by the way? Anybody in literature? History? Okay. But you are from chemistry department, I guess. Okay, so but you have a history department here? English, okay. So next time when you see a history department person, maybe from Saurashtra University, you tell that history is after chemistry. In fact, human beings, you should not take it otherwise. I am not trying to be arrogant, but I am trying to tell you, history is named after chemistry. Look at your old history books, Copper Age, right? Copper Age, this is from, that 4000 BC to 3000 BC. Why is it called Copper Age? Tamra Yuga. Why is it called Copper Age? Because people were using copper those days. Why people were using copper those days? You should think the basic thing in your mind. 4000 year old, no, 4000 now, it is about 2012, 6000 year old. Chemistry, why? See, in those days, people didn't have the technology. What is the ore of copper? Most of it is copper sulfide or copper oxide. Now, if you want to make metallic copper, you have to reduce. You have to convert copper sulfide to metallic copper. And that, if you want to use it, 6000 year old, not now, 6000 years ago, you need to have the temperature to reduce it. So, the civilization at that time only had an access to 100 degrees centigrade by nicely making a brick and heating it. So, as a result, the human civilization, the human mind, the human development is actually calibrated. Calibrated, samajhte aap? Balanced. Human civilization is balanced with respect to chemistry. For example, Tamra Yuga. Tamra Yuga is here, Harappa Mohenjo-daro, so we are very close to here. People were using copper. Why they were using copper? Because of course they knew that iron also exists, but they were not able to reduce iron oxide Fe2O3 to iron because that will require a higher temperature. So those technologies didn't have an access. Very clear chemistry. Okay, next came what? Bronze Age. Arya Sabhyata. Okay? Bronze Age, you have to understand what was the chemistry they were doing. Alloy. What is bronze? Copper and tin, copper and zinc, right? Copper. So you see, you have to see the difference. Bronze. Why that? By the way, there are a lot of theories why the Harappa Mohenjo-daro civilization vanished. One of the important theories is that, you see, you have to understand, bronze is a stronger metal than copper. So as a result, if there is a fight between a copper civilization and a bronze civilization, certainly bronze civilization will win, right? So that is probably one of the reasons that that copper age got finished and then came the bronze age. People started using bronze. Why? The chemistry? Because alloys are stronger than normal metals. You know why? You should ask the question. And which is the most famous alloy which we use now? Every day of our life? Steel. Steel. You know why steel is so strong? See, what has steel, by the way? Steel has iron, yes. Carbon. What does carbon do, by the way? Carbon is soft, no? See, it's a beautiful chemistry. You know, if you read more, and this for your information, आपकी information के लिए. See, iron, the structure of iron has a lot of defects. You know, there are defects like that. But what happens that carbon atoms go and sit on those defects, and it's like it holds those defects together. So whenever there is a crack, in the steel, those carbon hold that and does not allow the crack to propagate. And that is the reason why steel is so strong. Okay. Now of course comes the Iron Age, and Iron Age is very important for India because it's the Gupta civilization. Okay. Why Iron Age? Because then people by that time had a technology to achieve a temperature of about 2000 degrees centigrade, in which you can convert hematite, which is the ore of iron, to iron metal. And iron metal is very useful because then you can make things with that. Of course, in fact you should appreciate, how many of you have heard of that iron pillar in Delhi? Logo pillar. That has still not get rusted now. Abhi tak zang nahi laga usme. You should appreciate what technology they used. Right? Beautiful chemistry. So you should not think, a lot of people have done very important chemistry before you. Okay? In fact, there is a very famous saying by Einstein. You know what is that? I am standing over the shoulders of giants. मैं बहुत बड़े बड़े लोगों के कंधे पे खड़ा हूँ. इसीलिए we are all dependent on our future predecessors and future. And whatever you will do, next generation will carry on. Right? So you should appreciate the moral of the story is, next time when you meet a history person, you should tell that forget all that. History is in fact named after chemistry. Okay? So you know which is more important, chemistry or history. Okay? You should tell that to politicians actually. They will appreciate it. Chemistry is so important. Even history is named after chemistry. Bronze Age, then Copper Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age. And iron is really important because life changed with iron. Now of course came the Renaissance. And Renaissance, as I was telling you, steel. Right? It is an alloy of mostly, steel is a very difficult alloy. It has a lot of things. Mostly iron and carbon in a particular proportion. Right? And then comes the modern age. And modern age again you see, okay, the modern age again you see, our life is completely dependent on chemistry. Okay, polymer revolution, of course. This is Gujarat, Jamnagar, polymer. One thing which has changed life forever, polymer, right? Then has come this silicon technology. Why silicon technology? All the computer chips which you have is silicon, right? Silicon oxide. Then of course comes these two new important things which are called carbon nanoscience. Okay, in these things are again everything is going to be replaced by carbon. Okay, in fact now Philips has in fact launched a completely carbon based LED, light emitting LED, and comes nanoelectronics. And I will tell you some of these things. But in this slide I have tried to tell you how the human civilization has been completely dependent on polymers. Right? For example, think about it. Even 15 years before, to keep a bottle of water, you need to use glass, right? And glass you will fall down from your hand, it will break, so much difficulty you cannot carry. Polymer revolution, polymer has changed life. Your all chairs, polymer, so easy to carry. Otherwise it used to be iron and they used to get rusted. Big problem. Of course, you might, somebody should, आप लोग बोलोगे नहीं सर पॉलीमर में तो pollution भी होता है प्लास्टिक का. सही है. Plastic का pollution होता है, but then for that you have to reprocess the plastic. You can also reprocess it. In fact, now we are all doing reprocessing plastic. Okay. In fact, now there is something called biodegradable plastic also. So the plastic by default biodegrades into itself. Okay. In fact, it has some cellulose which is inside which biodegrades. So you can change. For example, before plastic bags, आप जब बाजार में जाते हो, what was the bags which you used to carry? Jute bags. Some of you might still have as an antique piece. घर में लोग सजा के रखते हैं जूट की चीजें. आजकल देखते हो जूट की चीजें बहुत महंगी होती है जूट. It's not practical, but polymer life has changed. And what is polymer? And polymers are carbons connected by. These are somewhat disorder, but there are kind of materials which are connected by bonds. So, and by the way, these polymers are all man-made polymers. Okay. Nature, by the way, nature polymers are very rare. You can use it. How do you make man-made polymer? You should know how to make a carbon-carbon bond. एक कार्बन और कार्बन का बॉन्ड कैसे बनता है वो तो आपको जानना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो आपको पॉलीमर कैसे बनाओगे? So somebody has done that. In fact, one of the most important people who did it were called Ziegler and Natta, who got Nobel Prize for that. In fact, this is called Ziegler-Natta catalyst. There is a titanium-based catalyst. Okay. You don't need to know all that, but you should appreciate that how small things, even though things which are very boring, titanium, क्या कर रहे हैं ये titanium से? No, but even based on that titanium, people were able to make things. I will give you another example. See this natural oil, ये जो हम लोग तेल लेते हैं, most of the natural oil, many of it, coconut oils and all those oils, okay, they are very expensive. But then people came up with dalda. You know what is dalda? Vegetable oil. How do you make vegetable oil? You use a nickel catalyst and hydrogenate. If you had not done that, अगर मालूम नहीं होता तो कैसे करते? थोड़ा तो केमिस्ट्री पढ़ना पड़ेगा बेटा, थोड़ा, हाँ? और फिर उसमें इंटरेस्ट आना चाहिए और ऐसा कुछ करो जो दूसरे किसी ने नहीं किया, उसके लिए तुमको स्मार्ट बनना पड़ेगा। अगर आपने बैठ के बुक से बैठ के पढ़े तो वो उसने जो लिखा है वो भी तुम उतना ही जानोगे। नया कुछ करो जो दूसरे किसी ने नहीं किया। That is important. Okay. If you want to ask something, कुछ पूछना है बोलो। कुछ पूछना है बोलो। Any questions? Yes. I will come to you. Yes. हाँ, this is a very good question. See, these are questions in which people do research. See, how the question is similar to this. The question is how will carbon know where the gaps are? I mean, where the defects are, right? Well, it probably doesn't know, but then what you do is much smarter. See, you don't mix carbon and iron like this. You heat and mix. So what you do is called sintering, annealing. So what you do, you heat and cool, heat and cool, heat and cool. It's like this, huh? I will tell you. For example, these two of you are best friends, huh? Two of you, yours. I don't know whether he's really a best friend of yours or not. Hopefully, ये आप दोनों दोस्त हैं. लेकिन अभी मैंने आपको वहाँ पे कहीं पे भेज दिया, हाँ? तो आप थोड़े दुखी हो गए अपने में. लेकिन अगर मैं आपको heating cooling means I am giving you energy to mix among yourselves. Finally, after 20-30 attempts, he will really come to you. That is exactly what happens. So this is what is known as annealing. You give energy to the system, then cool down. Energy to the system, cool down. So that he can jump over from here to here and come to you. Okay? Does that answer to your question? Good. Thank you. Somebody had a question.
Sir, why in all the computer components that silicon is used?
See, silicon oxide, it actually produces silicon. Silicon is a indirect band gap material. You will read it after some time. The good thing about silicon is the silicon gap. You know the kind of you need to move an electron or a hole from the cathode to the anode in a way, from the P to N, and that silicon exactly matches with the kind of ability which it does. So silicon is exactly matching with this. People have come up with other things, other materials, but silicon is very cheap. No, it's sand. So that is the advantage of silicon. You might find a better mobility in a different material, but you have to also say it is cheap. No, so that is the advantage. Silicon oxide. That is the appreciation. Okay. So next I will go to something which all of you know. See, what I will try to do here, and I promise I will not teach you anything new. Okay. I will tell you exactly some things which you know, but I will try to give you a different viewpoint. And I will try to give you a viewpoint in which you will appreciate how smart people are in using chemistry. In fact, you will say that we use chemistry even without understanding that we are doing chemistry.